Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Concern Podcast, where we unpack political, social, economic, and cultural stories shaping our world. I am Emmanuel Taban. Now, there's a very interesting conversation here. Yesterday, there was a fight between the SSPDF forces and the SPLA-IO in the northern parts of the country, of course, in Patai, Payam, and in Yuai. I don't know if I'm calling it right, but that's the pronunciation that I can, the best that I can pronounce. So there was a confrontation between the SSPDF, that is the National Army, and the SPLA-IO, that is the forces loyal to the detained first Vice President, Dr. Riek Machar. And before the fight yesterday, the SPLA-IO was in control of these two areas, these two barracks. Before that, they were, of course, in control of the the SSPDF, but then the SPLA-IO came out and then they took over from the the SSPDF. But then yesterday, reports were coming out from some incredible individuals from the SSPDF ranks that the SSPDF has actually taken over. They have re-liberated these zones, and they are 100% under the control of the SSPDF or the government troops or the government forces. And this statement was confirmed by the army spokesperson, whose role is to communicate matters army and the military, that is Brigadier General Lul Kang. He posted a statement that I want us to read on his Facebook page that confirmed that the SSPDF or the government has actually re-liberated these zones, and it is now 100% in their control. Let's read the statement issued yesterday by Major General Brigadier Lul Kang, who is the army spokesperson. And here is the statement. Let's read together. This is subject: SSPDF re-liberates Yuai and Patai barracks. The SSPDF leadership under overall command of the Chief of Defense Forces, General Paul Nang Majok, PhD, postdoc, is profoundly proud to announce to own rank and files and the public re-liberation of Yuai barracks at 3:30 p.m. on the 28th of January 2026 and Patai military outpost at 6 p.m. on the 27th of January 2026. The SSPDF command congratulates its gallant forces for rapidly regaining control of lost bases. After those stunning victories over SPLA-IO rebels, the command of the National Army calls upon civil populations that had evacuated Yuai, Patai, and all surrounding villages to immediately return to their respective homes. Stay tuned for more detailed updates on personnel losses and equipment damages inflicted on retreating enemy fighters. Regards, Major General Lul Kang, PSC, Director of Media and Press, and SSPDF spokesperson, that is Bilfam headquarters. So that was the statement released by Brigadier General Lul Kang about the re-liberation of Yuai and Patai barracks or bases that were before were under the control of the SPLA-IO forces. Now, the following post that the same individual made, that is Major General Lul Kang, just I think after a couple of hours from this post, he posted some pictures of some individuals, women and girls and children who were abandoned by the rebels who were fleeing, and that these women were actually submitted to the paramount chief. And let's read that statement a little bit. He says, on the 27th of January 2026, at 6 p.m., SSPDF soldiers liberated Patai military outpost from SPLA-IO rebels in a brief but decisive battle that ended in their defeat and subsequent running in disarray. After mopping operations battlefields such as consolidation of gains made and securing of a round defensive position, the following vital finds were made. 6 corpses of fallen and abandoned rebel fighters were found, large caches of ammunition for 14.5 millimeters and 12.7 millimeters PKM and light machine guns, mortar shells were recovered, along with over 20 women, girls, and children that were abandoned by fleeing rebels fighters following intense heat and chaos of battle for control. In line and in compliance with our rules of engagement, the civilians that were caught up the battle were taken into protective custody overnight, and today in the afternoon, they were handed over to Mr. Corden Chop, Paramount Chief of freshly recaptured Payam Patai. Now, this is from Brigadier Lulrai when he made the post that the SSPDF had recaptured these two areas. The following post that he made was one that contained pictures of some of the women and children that were actually abandoned by these rebels, and then they took over these women and then they handed over to the paramount chief of that newly recaptured Patai area. Now, the only pictures that Lulrai had posted is only for Patai, not for Yuai. Now, there's also a post made that is meant to counter this post of the SSPDF spokesperson, and that post is one made by the SPLA-IO, the SPLA-IO spokesperson, that is Paul Gabriel. And this is a post that he posted immediately after Brigadier Lulrai posted claims of recapturing Yuai and Patai. And here's the post made by Paul Gabriel. He said, "Disregard the misinformation from SSPDF. Yuai is still under the full control of the SPLA-IO Viva." So that is from Paul Gabriel, who is the spokesperson. I don't know if he's the spokesperson or deputy spokesperson of the SPLA-IO forces, but he made a counterpost that actually rubbished the claims by Major General Lulrai that they had captured Yuai. I mean, Paul did not indicate about the issue of Patai. So this clearly indicates that perhaps Patai indeed was re-liberated by the SSPDF, but the issue of Yuai, it's a different one, because even Brigadier Lulrai did not post pictures that clearly shows that Yuai is taken over by them, but rather he had only pictures of Patai. So that means clearly that the SSPDF might be in control of Patai, but not Yuai, based on this, because Paul Gabriel, who is a spokesperson of SPLA-IO, has said that this is a misinformation by the SSPDF that they have actually recaptured Yuai. So, but also, Paul Gabriel did not actually tackle the issue of Patai. So this means that indeed could be true that the SSPDF are now in control of Patai, Payam, but not Yuai. Yuai could be still under the control of the SPLA-IO forces. So this is a brief information that transpired actually during the day yesterday about the recapturing of Yuai and Patai, which is very prominent. And according to my analysis, according to the information that I have just gathered here and analyzing them, the bottom line is SSPDF have recaptured Patai, but SPLA-IO is still in control of Yuai. Thank you. Before we close today's episode, here's a quick message from our sponsor, Wani.co. If you've been planning to build a website, but the cost has been holding you back, Wani.co makes it affordable and stress-free this time around. Whether you are an individual, a non-profit organization, or a business, Wani.co designs professional websites starting from as cheap as $250. Individuals can actually launch with a starter website of up to 7 pages and a free email, or choose an advanced option with unlimited pages, a professional portfolio, and branding support. For non-profit organizations, they can select flexible packages from basic websites to premium solutions with e-commerce features and ongoing support. And for business companies, Wani.co delivers company-ready website with hosting, staff training, and multi-link options and online stores. And the best part of it is actually that you can build your dream website within your budget. Wani.co is an affordable, accessible, and professional partner. And to get started, you can actually visit Wani.co or email them at info@wani.co, or you can get in touch with them through their WhatsApp number at +1 226 504 3322. Wani.co, proudly affiliated with Jobs to Apply. And if you're wondering of what I'm talking about, here are some samples of website created by Wani.co. You can see them right here.